on that way.
I got flash.
Hello everyone, this is Dusty, and welcome back for another episode of Pros and Cons. Today we are going to be looking at the new addition to the assault rifle family, the CR-56 Amax, aka the Galil. Today we will be looking at the best setup for this assault rifle, as well as its history and potential tips on how to best utilise this weapon. If you're new around here, we like to break down each blueprint and create a weapon guide where we discuss its pros and cons. As always, if you do enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and taking a second to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to make your way back. With that out of the way, let's discuss the Amax in more depth. The Galil is a family of automatic rifles made in Israel in the late 1960s and is produced by Israel Military Industries. The design is closely based on the Valmet RK-62, which is itself an improvement version of the Soviet AK-47. The first versions of the Galil were manufactured using the Valmet RK-62 receivers and are chambered for either 5.56 or 7.62 NATO cartridges. The Galil series of weapons is in use with military and police forces in over 25 countries. The Israeli army used the 5.56 caliber Galil in three basic configurations: the automatic rifle machine gun with a bipod, wire cutter, and a carrying handle, which would all become the standard service rifle issued to frontline infantry troops. This is the version that famously features a bottle opener in the front handguard. The Amax is compact and powerful, built for military use, making the standard issue rifle deadly at mid-range and is easily configured for a variety of assault tactics. For its stats, we can start off by looking at the Amax's base damage. The Amax will deal 42 hit points to the torso, while dealing 56 hit points to the head, making this very similar to both the AK-47 and FN Scar. It has a base magazine size of 30 rounds, but can be upgraded to 40 and will fire at 620 rounds per minute. For its time to kill, this AR will take 195 milliseconds in multiplayer and 485 milliseconds in Warzone. For today's blueprint, we have the Amax built for medium range, where we are using the attachments that will increase range and accuracy. For our muzzle, we have the monolithic suppressor, but you could switch this out for lightweight if you would like that extra aim-down sight speed. For our barrel, we have the XRK Zodiac for extra range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. An optic of your choice, but today we have opted for the VLK 3x, a rubberized grip, and lastly, the Commando foregrip. Moving on, we can discuss the Amax's recoil. In terms of recoil pattern, it enjoys climbing to the left before dramatically swaying to the right, making this pattern similar to the Kilo. As always, you can counter this by pulling in the opposite direction with either your sticks or mouse. This weapon feels like a hybrid of my favourite ARs. To me, it handles similar to the Kilo, but has the bite of both the FN Scar and the AK-47. If you have had success using any of these weapons, then you should fare pretty well with the Amax, as it will have added benefits such as that larger magazine and more predictable recoil when compared to the AK-47. It does flourish at medium range, but can hold its own as the range increases, so bear that in mind. However, in a 50-50 gunfight, the Grau will come out on top simply due to its ease of use and higher fire rate. With that said, I would highly recommend using this weapon, as I can see it being a main competitor when the skillless Grau gets nerfed, but until then, the Grau still remains top of the food chain. With that said, the Amax does come with many perks and quirks. For example, its perks are that it has an excellent base damage as well as a manageable recoil pattern. It has a healthy base magazine as well as some modifications, as it's adaptable and can be built for more close range, making it more competitive on the smaller multiplayer maps. However, due to its fire rate, it will be outperformed by the Grau, but this is very situational because if you can get the drop on a player, you will have dealt a lot of damage before they even know what's hit them. With these factors considered, I would happily give this blueprint a rating out of 10, a solid 8.5. So how does this compare to other weapons that we've already covered here in the series? Well, it is definitely a tier 1 weapon and will probably become more competitive as the season goes on. With that said, I will be testing this weapon further in our live streams here on YouTube, as well as the Vector, which will be our next weapon guide. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, a dislike if you didn't, and consider taking a second to subscribe for future weapon guides. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
All in the rotations that game, I think.
I think so. Well, the heartbeat came in a wee bit clutch as well, didn't it?
Oh yeah.